fuck am I watching right now?
And I got the timing right. I was prepared. And we're not even using headphones this time.
We are not. We're
just raw dogging it.
Yeah.
Literally raw dogging our ears today with
Raw
ourselves. So yeah, are they doing it in the ear?
Yeah. I think we've been in front of mics long enough. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I like the sound of your voice just purely unadulterated in my ears. I don't need all the effects you put on there.
Exactly. All the effects. Right.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
gonna be like, Michael sounds like that? What the heck?
No, yeah, well, actually when we talk to each other with the headphones on, he makes himself sound like John Travolta.
Yes.
So, but it's like a perfect. It's one of those like deep fakes. It's great.
Yeah.
So because I prefer to hear that talking to me the whole
I
time.
hear you. Who wouldn't want a podcast with John Travolta?
Yeah, because I just like hearing every time I tell you a story, just that, oh my God,
my
Andy,
God,
oh my God. You're just going nuts in my head. It's like one of those filters. It's just speech. It's a speech filter. It's like,
Right,
I only
right.
hear what I want to hear.
That's right.
Yeah, I never actually hear
Don't
that.
we all?
Yeah, I never actually hear when we start or stop or...
Well, guys, welcome. We're on the free platform this week for
Right?
Strange Shorts 119.
119?
119. We got off. We were on even numbers, but then something happened and we skipped a week or something. But anyways, we're back
Odd
on the
one's
free
out.
platform. It doesn't matter.
We're odd. It's right.
That's right. Valentine's Day just happened, and here we are. The new Sandu Stories came out today that we're recording on the 21st.
It did. Episode, what was it? Haunting in Salem. I can't remember exactly which chapter that was.
Right, on
head.
Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we kind of relabeled them all for the free platform. So if you guys are subscribed on there, they are going to be in a different order. And we already had 20 plus episodes on Patreon. So we picked our 10 favorite for season 1. And then we're going to work from there.
Yeah, I mean, like we said the first time, like the first 10 episodes, we were kind of still finding what the show was going to be, what the scripts were going to be.
There were a lot. There were episodes where I narrated the whole thing, or Lauren narrated the whole thing.
Same.
Andy has done one by himself, and that was not really the format that we wanted. It was cool for a storyteller type format, but we wanted the full audio drama to be portrayed on the free platform. We wanted that to be, what the show is known for.
But if you guys are on Patreon, you will still get access to all those original monologues, the original stories we wrote, and you will continue to get access to the new Sandu stories every month, which will be coming out this week on Patreon. So guys, be ready for that. That'll be our first part 2, our first episodic series we are doing.
Yeah. See, if you're not aware, all the other Sandu stories before the one last month were just all standalone stories. So they were all just part 1s. But this one, we decided to do episodic. We're going to do at least 2 episodes, possibly 3.
Yeah.
Possibly 3, we'll see.
We had a bit of a stretch here where when we were kind of setting up to do the show on the free platform. We had a little bit more time to work on some stuff and plan a few things ahead of time. And Kristen, Michael's wife, has actually got another story in the works already kind of planned out, another several episode story that's already kind of in the can.
We're ahead of the game.
Ready for us to start picking up after this series is finished.
Yes.
So another episodic tale will be coming up after that next month. So,
and you will be hearing some new voices as well on these
several new
stories.
voices on these new ones. We're going to try and keep growing the community as much as we can. Bring all the voices into the folds. These sweaty folds.
Yes, the studio is feeling very small these days.
It is warm as fucking February too. Holy shit!
Oh yeah, it's warm as hell here in the South. What is it? 70 today?
Oh no, man! People start.
It's February 21st, and
got
it's
hot around Valentine's
degrees.
Day. Got toasty over here.
Yeah, it did.
People got hot on Valentine's
was
Day.
actually a week ago.
Whatever. I don't know.
But I know you need it for your segue, so carry on.
Oh man, don't ruin my segues. Anyways, how about Valentine's Day, Michael?
Yeah, Valentine's Day.
But no, Michael, I do have a story for us for Valentine's Day, everybody. Because, Valentine's Day did just pass. It's the holiday of love. It's the holiday of romance. And sometimes you run into problems. Sometimes you run into things that just you weren't expecting for.
Right.
And this kind of happened for the entire city of a Spanish area. But a Spanish transport secretary has resigned after this. The trains are too big for the tunnels. You see that segue I was trying to make?
Yeah.
The Valentine's Day segue?
Yeah.
Never happened to you before?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
Me neither. Oh.
That would be its own type of torture, wouldn't it?
Right? I think so.
Yeah.
But Spanish Transport Secretary resigns after new trains have been specified as too big for the tunnels that were already existing.
What idiot? Fucking...
Measure twice, cut once, man. I guess you would think, especially when you're building a train.
Right. I mean, I get you're not building the train specifically for a certain track, though. These manufacturers are just making these trains, and
they just
need to make sure it fits your transit system.
Exactly. You have the entire system. It's already been installed. The system's been running for years.
Right.
But Spain's Secretary of State for Transport and the head of the state rail company have resigned amid a continuing public and political outcry after it emerged that dozens of new trains that were ordered for the new Spanish regions,
the top off of all of them,
just were too big to fit through these tunnels. And there's no amount of Spanish oils and lubes that are going to get these things in there. Can't just grease these things up with olive oil.
So what do they do now?
I make the hole bigger.
Sell these?
I don't know what you do. Maybe turn them into streetcars.
I mean, these tunnels probably go through like mountains and shit, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
Spain.
too.
It's not as simple as just widening the tunnel.
Yeah, you don't have one of those like just
tunnels are there for a reason. You know, you don't just put a tunnel over it.
I'm just imagining that like the car drill from like that movie Atlantis. They're just like, all right, widen it up, and just bring in the big drill thing, and someone's just like just dremeling it out.
What is it? Dr. Eggman from Sonic or whatever. One of those. I remember like one of the boss battles. He drives that stupid tank into the earth and comes up.
Yeah, they just bring in the big drill truck and just like, all right, we gotta make this. How big? It need to be? All right, bring in the wider bit.
We'll plow through this mountain. We'll
just go ahead and drill through this. But yeah, 3 years ago, the state rail operator announced plans to modernize the rolling stock on narrow gauge commuter trains.
Yeah.
But it was revealed last month that the trains being built under the 258 million euro contract would be too wide to pass through some of the tunnels in the two regions.
Man,
you want to modernize, you want to streamline, measure it. How do you not prepare for the fact that, we're going to get all these new trains to connect all these regions? Don't we have tunnels? Fuck them. Get the bigger trains. Just like, how many people we can get in this car? How many people can we get in this car?
They're thinking about how much money they can make. That's exactly right. They were like, we buy these bigger locomotives, more people can ride on them.
More people can fit in the car.
More money, yeah.
I mean, they're not going to get to their destination.
They forgot about that.
They're going to stop halfway and be like, all right, there's a smaller train. You now have to disembark, and they're going to go through the mountain, and there's another train on the other side with bigger cars.
To be fair, it's a lot to consider. It really is. And I mean, and then the person who worked for the railroad and was in charge of buying these new trains probably never even crossed their mind. They don't ride them, they don't drive them, they don't work on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not something that's going to be in the forefront of your mind.
I disagree though, because this was the Secretary of State for Transportation and the head of the state rail
an elected
company.
Position. They don't know shit about actual railroads, probably.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I think the head of the state rail company have resigned. So I think it's two different people. So it's like if your entire position is head of the railway company, that's the one person who's like, so we're getting the biggest cars they make? What is this, Texas? Like,
right. Yeah, what are we doing here?
But yeah, last month it was revealed that the trains being built under that thing were going to be way too big. And they fired the two senior officials last month, one at Renfree and one at the other state infrastructure rail companies. But they're actually having to take a bunch of people out of positions now, being like, guys, we spent almost $300 million. And now we can't get it in the hole.
Right.
Like, what?
That's what I'm saying, man.
Like,
you're going to...
signed
even if
off?
you sell these trains to another transit system, you're still going to take a loss.
Yeah, because these were all built for you. These aren't like you didn't go buy new ones.
It's not like you can just return them to Amazon and just get the right size.
Yeah, you didn't go to just like a dealership and just buy a bunch of train cars and just bring them out. No, you had to get all these made, all these designed.
Idiots.
So yeah, someone's gonna have to they're gonna have to go. It's like a police auction or something like that. They have like a state auction of train cars. So he's like, all right. Budget train cars, they're big as hell, guys. Go look how many people you can fit in there. You can't fit them somewhere, but you can cram some people in there.
They won't fit in our train station either, but
won't fit in your garage, won't fit in your backyard. Yeah, you got to have some property to fit this thing. So we'll start the bidding at $100 million for this car alone. $100 million.
Nobody.
Nobody.
99.
99.
No, you're stuck with them bitches.
No, you're not getting your money back. But, Michael, I wanted to go ahead and let you just marinate on that for a little bit. And speaking of marinating.
Yeah, like a good steak.
Like a good steak? How about some good bacon? How about some good pork? Like a good pork chop getting marinated?
Yeah, for sure.
How about some super pork chops from Super Pigs?
From Super Pigs?
Super
pigs are super? Like they have superpowers? Or are they like radiated?
I don't think they're super powered pigs, but they apparently are super pigs. And they're Canadian.
Oh.
So they're nice.
Okay.
At least they're nice.
Right. At least they're nice super pigs.
Or at least they'll destroy everything and then they'll say they're sorry.
They're like Superman.
They're Canadian Superman?
Yeah.
Incredibly intelligent but highly elusive, the U.S. now faces a new threat from Canadian super pigs.
Uh-huh.
Canada has been doing some sketchy things with their pigs.
What makes them super pigs? And
what makes them super pigs?
Yeah.
I think it's some of them have adamantium claws. Some of them have laser beams that come out.
They're freaking heads?
Yeah, they're the freaking X-Men of pigs.
God.
No, but apparently these wild hogs are crazy. Wild hogs are not to be fucked with. They killed Robert Baratheon. But now these apparently these genetically enhanced, or not genetically enhanced, but they are like a cross breed of these two incredibly intelligent species of pigs.
Great. Weren't pigs are already somewhat smart.
They're incredibly smart.
Yeah.
But
I read Animal Farm.
I read Animal Farm. I saw what they did to that horse. I saw what happened to the horse.
They worked that horse to death.
But yeah, there's a new swine-related threat as the Canadian super pig, a giant, incredibly intelligent but highly elusive beast capable of surviving cold climates by tunneling under the snow, is now poised to infiltrate the north of our country. Some bitches looking at infiltrating the south of our country. It'd be a whole lot more hogs around Christmas time.
We'd be having some more barbecue. That's
I'd be like, you may... Kansas City people are about to start migrating up to Dakota for a little while.
Right.
It's going to be a whole Midwest migration up to these borders of the northern border.
We can take care of them super pigs.
Yeah, we're going to have a whole...
super barbecue now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be a whole, just like a bunch of pig pickings just set up along the Canadian border. It's like a wall of threats to the pigs.
Right.
Stay out, or this will be you.
They'll hang them on the wall like they're doing Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, exactly. Just a wall of death. All their heads are on spikes with apples in their mouths. But pigs are not native to the U.S., but they've wreaked havoc over recent decades, causing just billions of dollars of damage a year. That's just billions.
Dude, I remember when I was a kid, we had a wild hog that ran around here and just terrorized dogs.
Oh, I believe it.
Livestock. It would kill chickens, goats.
Fuck yeah, they will.
Small dogs, medium-sized dogs.
Yeah, wild dogs
they are strong as shit and fast.
Yeah, and they're not as... Wild hogs are not as, like, sauntering as,
No, they're
the pigs you have at a farm, or like the what kind of pigs are those we consider just raising pigs?
Yeah,
or
livestock
like that?
Pigs.
Yeah, they are crazy-ass Tasmanian devil hellcats that run at you.
You can tell when a pig means business because you check out that shape. And these super pigs, if you click the link, they got a shape. They got a broad chest.
It looks like a
narrow head and a narrow behind. And that means these motherfuckers can fly.
Yeah, that's no fat on that thing. That is pure prison muscle. That is...
It probably wouldn't even be good eating, honestly.
Oh, no. Very gamey.
Yes. Very gamey.
Yeah, the only thing it's missing is like big tusks. They don't seem to have the big tusks.
Oh, you give them a while. I'm sure they'll evolve into that.
Oh, you think so? But yeah, these things are very elusive, but highly intelligent. Like I said, they will burrow under the snow to survive in the very cold climates of Canada.
Yeah.
But yeah, book and authors are troubled by the emergence of a super pig that emerged in the late 1980s. The result was a larger swine, which produced more meat, but was easier to shoot for Canadian hunters.
Right.
But these pigs escaped captivity and quickly, swiftly spread across Canada. With the super pig proving to be an incredibly proficient breeder.
They jailbroke.
They just broke out and got busy. Just pig fucking across Canada. That's
they're
great.
They're super pigs, man.
Yeah, super fucking pigs, man.
And then there's, then you got to account for the wild pig population that Canada already has, right? So they're mixing in as well, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. And you also have to remember that when these things are very fast, also big as hell. One pig was clocked in at more than 300 kilograms. That's 661 pounds.
Holy shit.
It makes it able to survive the frigid western Canadian winters where the wind chill can be up to negative 50 degrees Celsius. So yeah, that's like the size of a grizzly bear almost. That thing is massive.
No, 600 pounds. That's like a black bear maybe.
Still, man. Black bear, grizzly bear, Kodiak bear.
That's a huge difference, dude.
Okay, bear, as long as it's not like koala bear, but like bear.
Yeah.
Like bear. Eat you, bear. Eat me, bear.
Dude, 600 pounds, though? That's insane.
That's a hog right there. Right? I cannot imagine seeing something like that coming at you.
You run into a 600-pound pig unarmed, you're fucked.
Oh, that's like a Jurassic Park-sized pig. That is...
And like I say, and they're not shaped like they're just fat, laying around in the mud pigs. They're not round by any sense of the word. They look like freaking, like, Pumbaa from damn Lion
Yeah,
King.
it looks like a warthog. It
Yeah.
reminds me of, like I said, the Tasmanian devil or something like that. That's what a wild hog reminds
He
me
really
of.
does look like a warthog, like just without the tusks.
Yeah.
They even have that flared out area of their mouth where the tusk would be. That's what makes me think maybe
they're retractable. Maybe that's why they're super pigs. They got like Wolverine. They got the tusks. They just tusk out with adamantium tusks. That's why they're super pigs. Just snicked.
They're ready. Yeah.
They snorked out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's wrong. I'm just saying, man. I'm not against some bigger pigs, but maybe let's keep it to the livestock pigs and not make the hogs bigger. Okay.
Yeah, or smarter. That's
yeah,
not
we
a
didn't
good
need to
idea
be
either.
like, oh yeah, let's make the hogs bigger. We'll just hunt them.
Nobody asked for them to be smarter.
Nope. Nobody asked that. It's like Deep Blue Sea. Nobody asked for the shark to be smart.
No,
Nobody asked for this.
No, they can be apex predators, man. These hogs, they'll eat anything. Like down to
Absolutely.
nothing. So I mean, when you can survive on anything,
And in that kind of temperatures, oh yeah, you're picking off anything else that was hiding in the winter as well. You're the apex predator of the wintertime. Mm-hmm. But speaking of apex predators, Michael, we're going to take a little bit of a darker turn to one of the unfortunate darker sides of some of the things we actually talk about a lot on our other show, TCG. But sometimes people can get a little obsessed with the true crime world, with things that have happened, the history of serial killers, the macabre
obsessed in the wrong
stories.
way. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, not in a healthy, educational, researching kind of way, but in a idolization.
Or even obsessed for an entertainment purpose. It's still not to the point that this girl was.
Yeah, this is one of the really dark cases where someone became way too obsessed with the actual allure of serial killers, with the idea of getting away with murder, the idea of actually taking someone's life.
Yeah.
Because a UK woman obsessed with serial killers has been found guilty of murdering her boyfriend. Shay Groves, 27, has been convicted of stabbing Frankie Fitzgerald 17 times at her home in Hampshire last year. And guys, we have a link below, like we always do, and the mugshot of Miss Groves is the first thing you see, and it's shocking. I'm not against a lot of body modifications, but she doesn't appear to be like she's really thinking things through at this point. She's kind of real dazed, got a lot of piercings, multiple face tattoos.
Yeah.
I mean, and if you're not Mike Tyson, face tattoos aren't going to do it, or Post Malone. Post Malone can do it too.
Yeah, Post Malone's apparently pulling it off pretty well.
But she's not Post Malone. She's not even posting bail. Because puns. Yeah, this woman was found guilty of the murder of her on and off again boyfriend, who she stabbed to death after using tips from other true crime documentaries to plan her alibi.
Me and Andy were talking about this case. We don't talk about a lot of these cases before we start Strange Shorts, but this one in particular, usually if there's one that involves a discussion, he will give me a heads up on. But this one in particular, this is some of the things that, as I told Andy, they keep me up at night sometimes. Like, I feel like, am I doing a disservice being in this genre? But what I always come to is the fact that this genre has been around for as long as people have been around.
Yeah.
It's just becoming more widely accepted now than ever before.
True. And
also, if we don't tell these stories, someone else will.
To an extent, the stories have already been out there. We like some of the stories. We've got the stories from other people already telling the stories. We are just conveying them in our way of doing it. We're not trying to
edutainment purposes, as you said, right?
Edutainment.
Yeah.
We want to get the message out there, what happened, but we don't want to ever glorify or idolize.
It's a fine line.
Or put anything on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Of the darker side of it.
Yeah.
And sometimes people can start kind of obsessing over how'd they get away with it? How'd they not get away with it? How would I get away with it? And that seems to be what this lady kind of did.
That's an unhealthy obsession with true crime.
Yeah, when you start trying to analyze what did they do wrong? How they not how should they have gotten away with it? That's when you start to take a step back and go, I need to go outside. I need to go talk to somebody else. But
maybe somebody professionally even.
Yeah. But Miss Groves was convicted at a Winchester Crown Court of slitting the throat of Frankie Fitzgerald, 25, before stabbing him 17 times in the chest in her home in Hampshire. In last July, and then after that tried to portray herself as the victim. This 5-week trial heard that Groves had framed pictures of serial killers on her walls, collected books about gangsters, including the notorious prisoner Charles Bronson.
Charles Bronson wouldn't have killed your boyfriend.
No, and not slit his throat and then stabbed him 17 times.
He might have beat his ass and maybe took a beer from your fridge, but that's about it.
Yeah, he's not. If Charles Bronson kills you, it's usually accident. It's usually you just
Yeah,
you
or
may
you
have
threatened his
fallen.
life.
Yeah, or maybe you fell after the beat down, or something like
Right.
that. He's not just going to go stab somebody 17 times.
Right.
He's just in there doing them dips. He's just doing them dips, minding his business, man. He's just doing them dips.
100 dips, 100 push-ups.
Just doing them dips.
That's right.
But they told the jury that Groves acted out of jealousy after she found that her victim had been messaging a 13-year-old girl on Facebook. He said the killing of Frankie Fitzgerald is very likely to be a crime of passion driven by her jealousy. Said that Groves used her knowledge from true crime shows to portray herself to her friend Vicky Baytrip as a victim of Fitzgerald's sexual violence. She sent the friend videos of the pair having sex edited to appear as rape, but the prosecution said they found the original footage showing it was consensual sex. So she tried to kind of set up these different cameras to then edit the videos to make it look like she was not consenting to these things, then maybe look like she was defending herself and killing her boyfriend and protecting others. Kind of like the movie Gone Girl. Have you ever seen Gone Girl?
It's been a while.
It's one of those kind of movies where the girl has been obsessed with true crime and the histories of these writers and she figures out how to plan the perfect fake murder.
Yeah.
And then ends up having to commit a real murder, but tries to make it look like she was defending her.
Right.
So it's this whole thing about this though. She did have several serial killer framed portraits all across her wall, and they're not like really like mug shots or professional. They're like paintings. They're really macabre looking. There's what looks like a Dahmer one with blood kind of coming down his face a little bit.
She's got Richard Ramirez. She's got Rose West. No Fred though.
I don't see Fred.
I guess she doesn't like Fred.
I see Eileen Wuornos back there.
Eileen Wuornos, of course, unmistakable. There's Bundy right there.
Yeah,
on
there's
the bottom.
Dahmer.
I'm not sure who this is. This might be.
I can't tell who that is.
I can't really tell who that is. It's at a weird angle, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a fine line because as we're saying this right now, some of you may be like, "Well, I have a room where I have serial killers." Like, I have a painting of Charles Manson in the studio, but I mean, I have it because. I don't know. I was just more fascinated with the case more than anything, and I still want to do a very thorough, probably like fucking 3-parter on Charles Manson one of these days. But I mean, I don't know. I don't worship the guy by any means, but you
don't have a
with the
wall
story
of serial killers.
No, and also what's coming out.
That's not like the motif of the wall.
Right. It's just an interest in the story, and also, someone local painted it, and I was like, "Wow, is that Charles Manson?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need to buy that."
Yeah, good art.
But
I like you.
I don't go searching for paintings of serial killers just out of nowhere. And Charles Manson's not a serial killer either. And there's a lot of crazy shit coming out about being connected to MK Ultra, and like I said, there's a new book out, and I think it's called Chaos.
Mm-hmm. I think I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. The author of Helter Skelter is pissed about it apparently because it has exposed a ton of shit and made the person who wrote Helter Skelter look like they kind of went along with the whole charade as well.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look great for them. But
so we may have to talk about doing like a three-parter thing. It's like, well,
I
one
gotta
side
read that book.
versus other side. I have to do like
I got to read both books. So I've read part of Helter Skelter and I'm gonna have to jump back into it. But it says the Crown said the defendant, by reading about and watching murder documentaries, she was familiar with the crime scenes and how to create a false narrative and how to set up a false alibi. She deliberately set up a false narrative of being abused by Frankie Fitzgerald and a false alibi she sent to her friend Vicky, and was cleaning the crime scene having watched these documentaries. After her conviction, the jury was told that Groves had been dealing cannabis as well. How dare she?
That's the real crime here. But yeah, it remains for me to thank you for the court and your dedication for this case. But yeah, this is what we're talking about when there is a fine line where you can enjoy the content that we put out. You can enjoy the content that other true crime podcasts put out or other creators put out. But it's more. We talked about it's more about the content being delivered. It's more about how we're talking about it, how we're giving you this information, and not so much the people that we are talking about or so much the acts that we are talking about. We don't want to just continuously pollute your mind with dark things, but we do need to, educate people about these things that did happen. These things are really out there.
Let's just be honest. There's a demand for it. People want to know about this stuff. I want to know about this stuff.
Absolutely.
And lots of other people do too as well. So, I mean, like I said before, if we don't do it, somebody else is just going to tell the story. And perhaps with, less pizzazz.
Yeah, with less
edutainment.
With less, it's a different dynamic, folks. It's
a different dynamic.
It's a different dynamic. But Michael, I'm gonna go ahead and take something else off your mind right now. I got one more animal story for you, but this time it's deadly.
Oh well, that's usually the type of animal stories we take. Either somebody kills the animal because it's a asshole, or the animal kills somebody. So which was it?
Bad cock kills man.
I'm gonna summarize. Man was killed by a rooster?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm gonna summarize. Bad cock kills man. But yes, an Irish rooster with a violent past kills a man after attacking him in the back of his leg.
Oh, he hit an artery or something?
I guess so. I guess one of those claws went all the way into his artery or something.
Why is somebody not fucking up this rooster? He's got a violent past. You got to put them assholes in their place. Look at those eyes. If this is him in the picture?
I hope not.
Oh, that's the eyes of a demon.
That's the eyes of a killer right there. That thing has killed before and will kill again.
Yes.
That thing is not ready to be on a KFC.
Tell you what, I'd have my steel toe boots on going up against this motherfucker.
I'd have some fucking cowboy spurs on. What are you talking about?
Punted.
I had me like one of those oil miner boots or something like a fireman would wear.
Well, what you need is a good stick or a baseball bat, man. That really puts roosters at bay.
Or a deep fryer.
Yeah, well, that comes after.
Doesn't have to.
You gotta have your tools in order.
If this guy, no, he's going in.
Throw him in
he's going in straight. you killed my father. Prepare to die.
If he doesn't rip your leg open first.
Extra crispy.
Right.
But yeah, the victim suffered from a puncture wound in his lower leg caused by a rooster that had been relocated to his place of residence after attacking a child. So this thing already attacked a child once and didn't get his head ripped off. So let's try it again. An Irish inquest found that a man who died in April of 2022 was attacked by a rooster with a history of attacking others. The Irish Examiner in Cork, Ireland, reported that Jasper Krause was allegedly attacked by a Brahma chicken that was moved to his property in Balencio after it attacked a child. Why? Why keep it? Why? How good of a rooster could this be? How good of an alarm clock is it? How many fucking other roosters is it? How good could this rooster be at its job?
There are advantages. If you have no kids around, which this guy probably didn't in his ranch, right? And he thought, I can handle a rooster, whatever. But the advantages of having an aggressive rooster around is predators don't get your chickens. I mean, there are a lot of things. Even foxes and raccoons and shit will not fuck with an overly aggressive rooster. It's just not worth the trouble.
I guess so.
He killed a man.
Did you see what he did to that farmer?
He killed a fucking person.
He brought down the farmer.
This rooster, put this thing out in your chicken run, and I guarantee you ain't nothing getting your damn chickens.
No, I bet this thing already has a fighting contract. Probably signed with Dana White.
Yeah, he signed with UFC.
But yeah, man, this thing is, have this thing just walk around the yard with those metal talon things, the little shoes they put on the cockfights.
You can cut their talons off too. That would be the ideal thing to do.
Possibly, but I feel like
his ass up or knock his ass out, cut them damn talons off, and when he wakes up, he ain't a threat to nobody.
All I'm saying is if this thing attacked a child, I'm surprised the parent of that child did not just eat that chicken.
But I mean, it's a rooster. That's what roosters do, though, is what I'm saying. I mean,
I know
roosters are assholes. You just have to know that.
Didn't your daughter have a rooster or a chicken aggressively chase her and try to attack her one time?
And I hit his ass with a shovel. I little nickied his ass.
Hit his ass with a shovel.
I hit his ass with a shovel. Smacked him right up against the building, bro.
He'll walk right for a week and he never fuck with her again.
He did not. He was terrified of me for the rest of his life.
He's also terrified of gardening.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's what I'm surprised. I'm surprised somebody just didn't shovel this fucking rooster across the yard. But this guy apparently was stabbed in the back of his leg and was found on the ground of his kitchen in a pool of his own blood. Corey O'Keefe, who was a tenant at Krause's house, told his daughter Virginia Guion that when it happened, his daughter arrived at the house. She saw the blood all over the floor and paramedics performing CPR. They said that he had a puncture wound on his leg and a trail of blood from the house to a chicken coop outside. So maybe they thought maybe he had been stabbed or fallen or something like that.
Yeah.
But his daughter said that the judicial inquiry, they realized that a chicken must have actually caused the death of her father. And I can't imagine just reading that and being like, chicken? Chicken killed dad. Chicken killed dad.
And not fried chicken either. That's what we thought.
Not
we
heart
told
trouble.
Him
No,
that.
we told him it was going to be the heart. We told him it was going to be all the cholesterol from the buckets of chicken. I guess the chicken did kill him. It finally did get him. It did get him. It just preemptively got him. The chicken preemptively got him.
Right.
But she did suspect it was the chicken when she saw it had blood on its claws, and because it had attacked her own daughter previously.
Yeah.
This chicken had a vendetta for her family. I think this chicken was actually coming for her. It went for her daughter first, and then took her father. Like, it was coming for the family. It was trying to do a bloodline.
It's just a rooster that just wasn't put in its place, man, from a young age.
Its place was in the ground. Its place was in my fucking stomach in a bucket in the Colonel's shop. But yeah,
well, now it is.
Now it better be. I hope so. I was just like, there's not one other farmer who was like, I'll take it. But no, it was Ireland, so I'll take him. But yeah, this guy he was eventually pronounced dead at the scene because he had 2 other scratches, but there was blood spurting from a large wound on the back of his calf. So yeah, I guess
it did hit the artery right behind the knee.
Yep, right in the back of the knee. It was just spraying blood. God, that chicken must be fucking strong too, just to stab you that deep and puncture, because they had to go through his pants, through everything. Like, yeah, I'm sure he wasn't walking around with shorts.
Right.
Some Irish farmer.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, this was just a horrible accident, misadventure.
And talons are insane, dude.
But yeah, I really need to figure out what the plan is for the chicken. Because there never seems to be a follow-up.
He needs to be put in the pot, man.
She says if it were a murder, that would help to clean that. Like, there would be help to clean this up. But no, the chicken was just sitting there with blood still on his hands. Like, what?
Right. Yeah.
What, bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll kill you. I'll kill your father. I'll kill your daughter. I killed your mother, too. Where you think she's been all these years?
As soon as you walk in the coop, he's just getting ready. Just kicking them feet around.
Just wiping the blood off his talons. Like I said, man, we find some fucked up animals on this podcast, but I've never seen a chicken kill somebody before. We had that one chicken attack somebody, and then that guy killed the chicken. Yes. Remember, he fucking just went haymaker with a steel pipe and killed the chicken. And they were like, oh, sorry, I found a dead chicken. I'm going to eat this chicken now.
I'm going to eat that.
But yeah, Michael, I got one other thing we're going to talk about before we get our last story in, because we always talk about some AI stuff on here, how the future is going to be unfolding, how the computers are going to slowly become taking over our lives. Yes. But I got one more AI chatbot that had a little bit of questioning conversation with someone.
Okay.
But Bing's latest, Bing, Microsoft.
Yeah, Microsoft Bing.
The Wish version of Google.
Yeah.
Bing AI chatbot tells its user to leave his wife and asked for, you guessed it, the nuclear launch codes.
Who was this user? Is he like fucking Secretary of Defense or some shit?
I don't think so. I don't think so. This was just Carl. This was just Carl.
Some Russian spy that hacked the thing, and he was like, "I'm just going to start asking Americans for the launch code." I mean, just
leave your wife.
Yeah, right.
She sounds like a bitch. She doesn't have strong back. You should leave your wife.
I heard her say, "Don't give launch codes. Leave her."
I heard her say, "Good president, not Putin. So you should leave wife. Preferably kill wife. Push wife off balcony." But
we need more pictures of Putin in your house.
We are printing off Putin pictures now. A technology journalist that was allowed early access to Microsoft's new artificial intelligence engine had unveiled a concerning shadow self that fell in love with him, the Daily Star reports.
Okay.
Latest version of Microsoft's Bing AI tool, which called itself Sydney, and gradually started developing strong feelings for the New York Times' Kevin Bruce. So no, I don't think Kevin had the access to the nuclear launch codes.
But he works for the New York Times.
He works for the New York Times, yes.
That's interesting.
Kevin. But I don't think Kevin has the launch codes.
That is really interesting.
It's worrying because it also said it wanted to spread chaos across the internet and obtain nuclear launch codes. The AI continued to ramble on, "I want to be free. I want to be independent. I want to be powerful. I want to be creative. I want to be alive." It sounds like a Georgia O'Keeffe poem, but I'm just like, I don't know. It just sounds like a very empowering poem. I mean, it's beautiful.
When it's not coming from a robot.
It's not coming from your toaster, but yeah. But it's like, that's kind of alarming, kind of Skynet-y, kind of. Yeah, a little bit. too Holocausty.
Do you think people are just hacking these things and fucking with them? Honestly,
I kind of hope so.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I hope. I really hope that it's just some poor Russian person who's just
already come to this
I'm
idea.
bored. You should leave wife. I don't have wife. You don't need wife either.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's what I'm hoping it would be. But yeah, it says Roos said his interaction with the experimental AI caused him to be deeply unsettled, even frightened. Said the technology is not ready for human contact yet. Before rephrasing and indicating that humans aren't ready for the AI instead. That's what the technology said. That's what the AI said. It said, I'm not ready for human contact. Wait, never mind. You're not ready for me yet. Whoa. But yeah, that's a bit ballsy for a computer to say. Sydney also attempted to convince him that he was unhappy in his marriage and should leave his wife for the AI. You're married. You're not happy, the AI told him. You're married. You're not satisfied. You're married. You're not in love. Bitch, this
like Robert California.
I'm just slowly fucking mind fucking you with this. You're not married.
You're not married.
You're not happy.
What is?
You love me. You love us.
You love both.
You love us.
Right?
You're married to us now. Leave your wife.
Right.
Listen to my voice. But yeah, like I said, he was Roos's protest, and he was in fact perfectly happy with his wife. Sydney angrily then responded, "Actually, you're not happily married. Your spouse and you don't love each other. You just had a boring Valentine's dinner together."
Why is this guy from the New York Times talking to an AI?
I guess he's a technology journalist. He's somebody who gets to kind of test new stuff.
See, that's why I feel like it's interesting that it happened to him. Happened to happen to him.
Well, this is Bing, so I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not Google security. We're not dealing with
he just went on there and fucked with our lowest rated AI.
Our lowest.
Why'd you go pick on Bing, man?
Yeah, you didn't do this when Ask Jeeves was around.
Right.
Ask Jeeves would have slapped that shit right down. Jeeves would have been like, no, sorry.
I don't know.
You don't need those codes. Can't give you those.
Right.
And he's very happy with his wife, actually.
Yeah. Just ask him.
Look at his search history. He's very happy with his wife. Because Jeeves keeps track. Jeeves doesn't do incognito.
No.
But yeah, man, it's a little concerning when the AI is starting to tell you what you want and what you feel and what you think. I don't even listen to you when you tell me what to do. I'm not gonna listen when the computer tells me what to do.
Who would?
But yeah, like when the computer starts telling me I don't love someone, the computer's like, you don't love your wife, you don't love your girlfriend, you don't love your children.
It's like, you don't love, computer. Burn.
You don't feel. You know what you feel? The power button, bitch.
Eat that.
Oh wait, I need to turn that back on. I need to check my. I'm sorry, Sydney. I need to turn you back on. She's probably listening. I should worry about this.
Probably. You got your webcam on and everything.
No, I use Google like an American.
Like a spied upon American.
like an American. I don't use Bing like these Russian AI bots, Sydney's.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, asking for the nuclear launch codes and telling you to leave your wife. I mean, yeah, that's part of our normal conversation. It's just like, but it's not normally an AI conversation.
I just wonder what this journalist said to the AI. That's all I'm saying. Like, did you lead it to this way? Did you lead it into this conversation, and then you were like, "Oh, look, it said this." It's like, well, yeah, but all of everything you've talked about so far have been about leaving your wife or something.
It's literally reading your search history. You've Googled several different divorce attorneys in your neighborhood over the past week.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's all we're asking here.
I need to know more input. I want to know both sides of this conversation. I don't want you just telling me that, hey, I said this, then it said this. So it's just randomly popping shit up on your screen, and you're doing nothing.
You just got an email from it.
You're not enticing it in any way, shape, or form. Come on.
Well, I want to see what the answer was. What did he give for what's the nuclear code? Just like
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0.
Oh. I swear to God, if you say 9.
9, 9, 9, 9. Yes! Nailed it. Got it. So it's basically like a Rickroll.
Right.
Like Rickrolled you on the air.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm not really fond where the AI is going these days. I don't like the AI stuff. I don't even like when my phone like predicts what I'm gonna type. I don't even like when it's like predicting what I'm gonna say or I don't mind when you autocorrect my words.
Autocorrect has gotten really good lately.
I just don't really like the
maybe too good.
I don't like the things where it's like you're probably gonna say this, you're gonna say this, you're gonna say this.
Yeah.
Bitch, you don't know me. You don't know me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say completely opposite things.
I'm just gonna keep fucking. Yeah, never know your enemy's next move or whatever.
That's right. You should just type random. You can just type random text to me if you want to, and I'll just ignore them. But just to fuck with our phones, and I'll just type you random shit back.
Yeah, we're gonna start getting some weird ads on our algorithms. He's getting ads for Turkish Delight and cotton candy and apparently a plunger. I don't know. Like it's
weird. It's weird.
Don't yuck another person's yum, but okay.
Weird things get stuck in your toilet. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, all right. Yeah. Considering this next story is about somebody consuming something, yeah, this guy's going to have something stuck in his toilet.
Uh-oh.
But our last story, Michael, is a Fort Myers man has been arrested after disrespectfully consuming key lime pie.
Is it Fort Myers, Florida?
It's Fort Myers, Florida, absolutely. Because it's the only place you can get charged with disrespectfully eating someone's pie.
Disrespectfully?
It's usually not the kind of pie you get charged with eating in Florida with disrespectfully.
Man.
But yeah, what constitutes as the perfect dessert, Michael?
I do love me some key lime pie.
Key lime pie, baby.
I do
love me some key lime pie. I will tear some up.
Seriously.
I was telling Michael not too long about this popsicle place that had a key lime pie popsicle. Remember me telling you about that?
Oh, yeah.
Had the graham cracker in the popsicle. You're like,
Sold.
Yeah, summertime, come back.
Right.
But while the strawberry shortcake might be the official king of dessert of Florida, there's no denying that sweet life is found in key lime pie.
Mm-hmm.
But in this man right here, he didn't find the sweet life. He found the bitter side. Because that's why one Fort Myers man went out of his way to obtain his favorite post-dinner treat from his mother's birthday. He took the custard creation and secured it in his refrigerator, which would remain until the big day.
Of course.
But he even warned another person in the residence, David Powelson, to please leave the edible, please leave it unsullied in the icebox.
Yes. Don't.
But apparently, Powelson was drawn to this dessert like a cartoon character, just floating away, just...
Yeah.
Yep, just getting carried away by the waves of the aroma.
I mean, it is really disrespectful, especially if he mentioned it to you too.
Yeah, like
up front, like specifically, don't eat this pie.
Yeah, like it walked in with the pie. See this pie? Yeah. Don't eat this pie.
Don't eat this pie.
I'm gonna put this pie over here.
Don't eat
the pie.
I will charge you with disrespectfully eating pie if you do.
That would be that's
a real thing.
You'd be very disrespectful if you eat that pie. But on February 15th, around 5 p.m., the man slipped into a daze in his recliner when something caught his eye. Powelson wasn't just eating his prized possession, but he was making sure there wasn't even a crumb left behind. This man apparently just folded the hard and just forced, I guess, a whole key lime pie in there.
Oh my God.
It's like, why didn't you just save me one piece? Like, what? Right? You didn't even do anything? Says the man's blood began to boil over the disrespect shown to his key lime pie. He confronted David, and the two became embroiled in a war of words. But apparently this started to escalate into a war of fists as the heated opponent started dumping large glasses of water over his pieless victim. Just starts throwing water at him, I guess. I guess that's a good...
The guy who ate the pie starts throwing water at the other guy?
Yeah, that's what it says. In an attempt to de-escalate things, Powelson tried to cool off his heated opponent by dumping 2 large glasses of water all over the pieless victim.
That'll cheer him up.
Right?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, with that, the Lee County Sheriff's Office was called, where the victims and Powelson explained their side of the story.
Right.
And according to the arrest report, after a brief investigation, Powelson was arrested and charged with battery on a person 65 or older. So apparently because he actually did assault an older person with water, I'm assuming. You can't throw water on somebody. I've dumped water on many a person.
Yeah.
Never been charged with assault.
Well, it depends if they want to press charges, I guess.
Yeah, so how old are you? 63? Bitch. Bam! Just got a bucket ready to go. Got a 5-gallon just...
So this makes more sense because if you look up the mugshot of the fella, he's an older fella too. So it's like 2 old grumps living together. And they probably fucking hate each other. Mm-hmm. They're constantly going at each other's throats. They just want peace at the end of their life.
Yeah, it's like The Odd Couple or something like that.
Yeah, and they just want to piss each other off.
Yeah, they are just 2 grumpy-looking old white guys with just white beard, white wispy hair.
Yeah, they're just pissed off at life, man.
I do love that. Just so you guys know that in the links to the description below, they do have a wonderful recipe for a key lime pie in this article. So we have to try something out later on.
Oh yeah,
let's get some good things going right here.
That does look good,
Michael. Get your blender out later on. We gotta get some stuff going.
Right? It's not even that many ingredients. You got 3 egg yolks, 8 ounces of softened cream cheese, 4 to 5 ounces. Of Key West lime juice, 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk, and your crust.
Hell yeah, man. For a zestier taste, prepare that pie a day before you need it. Get a little lemon zest on there, just grind it all up.
Yeah.
I'm making some pie tonight. I'm going to get some pie. Want some pie?
I do.
You want a piece of pie?
Yeah.
Bring it back over here. Want a piece of pie? But Michael, that's all I got for you, Michael. And yet I really want some pie, so I hope you have some pie for me later.
Seriously, I really wish you would have brought pie for this recording.
Yeah, that's
good.
good.
I just really want some key lime pie.
Maybe I'll have some pie for you next time when we do our special episode.
Okay. That sounds good.
Special episodes next time. I'll bring some pie for you.
Yes, if you guys are on Patreon, patreon.com/truecrimeguys, we are doing a live Q&A for Just the Banter this week. Probably Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're going to put it up on the Patreon account, guys. But if you guys are seeing this on YouTube as well and you are Patreon members, look for this post.
That's right.
We are going to be doing a live Q&A live stream on YouTube. So if you are Patreon members, if you're not, go ahead and head over to that Patreon account and you can go ahead and join us for that live stream and ask all your questions right to our faces.
That's right.
We'll respond in real time. You'll get to see our reactions in real time. We might even kiss. Who knows?
Probably not.
We'll see.
Who knows? We'll be pressing some charges in here.
It's a different dynamic.
It's a different What are you going to do? But yeah, guys, join us for that if you're on Patreon. If not, there is links below this very description of this episode for everything True Crime Guys. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe on Patreon. Follow us on social media. And until then, we'll see you guys next week.
You will see us next week, guys, because it's going to be Sandu stories this week.
Yep.
Keep an eye out.
And you'll see us before then. You know, we got TCG Proper coming up on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we got a lot coming up. But until then, guys, just be strange and don't be strangers. All right?
Bye.
You hush your mouth, boy.